All right, good evening, everyone. My name's Adem Bria. All right, Judith, everybody, let's just start the meeting. All right, good evening, everybody. My name's Adem Bria. I'm the Chair of License and Permits Committee. I'm gonna call the meeting to order 6:37 PM on Wednesday, we're usually on Wednesday, Monday, April 15th. All right, go over some ground rules. One, no one may speak until granted the floor. Two, CB11 members. If you have a question about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. To raise your hand through Zoom, click the participants icon and you will find the raise hand function there. Members should not engage in a back and forth. The chair will recognize the last person to speak. Mute yourself, please. Please keep your questions and comments brief and on topic to discussion. 3, members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subjects on the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. All right, I already called the meeting in order. Marlene, if you could do roll call.
Adem Bria.
Present.
Carlos Diaz. Judith Rivera. Present. Wanda Hopkins.
Present.
Jill Jones. Present. Stephanie McFarland. Nicholas Reyes.
Present.
Regina Rodriguez is excused for this meeting. And Loretta So. You're on the form then.
All right, thank you. With that said, if I don't see any objections, we will adopt this month's agenda. All right, seeing no objections, then this month's agenda has been adopted. If I see no objections, we will approve the committee minutes from last month's meeting. Seeing no objections, then the committee minutes from last month's meeting are approved. All right, announcements, nothing, but we do have, I believe, some information on page. Does anyone else have an announcement? Anybody? No, okay. We'll go to informational updates. All right,
Excuse me, sir, I wasn't called. My name wasn't called.
your name wouldn't be called yet. You're an applicant, so when we get to your application, you'll be called. Just mute yourself till then.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. All right, informational updates. First one is New York State Office of Cannabis Management has created the proximity projected locations for adult use retail dispensaries and registered organization map. Basically, this map is showing where I think the current licenses have been given. So we kind of have a map like that for SLA. Obviously, this one has a lot less on it, but they'll continue to populate it. I'm assuming as they grant more licenses. And it's also just to give people, where they're dispersed, so everybody's certain that there's that 1,000-foot rule and all that's being adhered to, being a certain distance from churches, schools, etc. Okay, the second one, Street Activity Permit Office, SAPO, there's a notice of public hearings and an opportunity to comment on proposed rules for open street events. Marlene, what did you say the date was?
22nd.
The 22nd. So, you can attend in person, or most people will probably, there's gonna be a Zoom link for that. And you're also just welcome to submit your comments in writing if you can't be there that day to speak. And in new business, we'll go over a little bit more about what this committee is going to do regarding the new open street rules. All right, so next slide, please. All right, with that said, then we're gonna go into our first liquor license of the evening, El Nuevo Sandy Restaurant Corporate Change application for a full liquor license for a restaurant located at 2261 Second Avenue on 116th Street. Is the applicant or a representative present? No? And you said they were missing something, or they got everything in?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, when it's not a renewal, we do require them to be here. That is our procedure. So they have submitted everything, but they're not present. And it's been my position that we have rules for a reason. We can't keep bending them. So then where do we draw the line? But I'll leave it up to somebody if they want to make a motion. So they have all their documents, they're not present, and they should be present. That's the information needed to now make a decision.
Jill. Motion to deny.
Okay, do I have a second on that? All right, so motion, and just a new thing, we're gonna vote by acclamation, so we don't have to do roll call, so I'm just gonna go all in favor. So there's a motion by Jewel, seconded by Carlos, All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, is that Beverly or Wanda? Wanda?
That was Wanda.
Okay, so there's one opposed, Wanda.
No, I
Any-
said aye.
Oh, oh, okay, sorry, then, you said it when I, oh, okay, got it, all right, so then, all in favor, everybody, any opposed? Any abstentions, any present not voting? Okay, the motion to deny passes. Thank you. Number two, let's go off of here. All right, Daily Provisions Operation LLC, doing business as Daily Provisions. New application for a wine, beer and cider license for restaurant at 1381 Madison Avenue, that is on East 96th Street. The floor is yours, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the
Sure.
business.
By the way, I have paper packets, if anyone would like one. Right. Good evening, Ben Savitsky of Bernstein, Reno and Savitsky. This is Daily Provisions Operations LLC. Would you like one? Amazing. They are doing business at, or they will be doing business at 1381 Madison Avenue. It's the corner of Madison
I'll take
and
it.
96th Street. Many of you might know it because for about 30 years, it was licensed as Three Guys Restaurant, which was a Greek diner. This application, and they were licensed as a full on-premises liquor license. What we're applying for here tonight is a beer, wine, and cider permit, license, I apologize. It is going to be for Daily Provisions. Those of you who may not be familiar with Daily Provisions, they are an all-day cafe restaurant. They operate 5 locations in the city right now. Union Square, West Village, Midtown West, Cobble Hill, and the Upper West Side. This will be their 6th. It's part of the Union Square Hospitality family, and they serve, included a menu in the application. You can see they really concentrate on breakfast, so coffee, pastries, breakfast sandwiches. They have lunch sandwiches and then light dinner options like a chicken dish. Joseph Tarasco is on the Zoom. He is the part of Daily Provisions, and he can answer any questions you have about the operations, what they're gonna do here, what's different from what they currently do. I'll just quickly take you through the application. So all-day cafe, they're completely renovating the entire establishment right now. All new kitchen equipment, so everything's gonna be state-of-the-art. They're also reducing the size of the dining room. We are only gonna have inside 4 tables with 14 seat set tables, and then a 1 stand-up bar with 9 bar stools. We're also applying for DOT sidewalk cafe seating, and we're going to be having 7 tables with 16 seats at tables. 2 floors is the entire licensed premises, but the ground floor is only for patrons. The cellar is going to be for service and storage, so no patrons down there. Reasonable hours of operation, they're gonna operate from 7 AM to 9 PM daily and only serve alcohol during the legally allowed times. Recorded background music only, no music outside, and all the windows are fixed. With that.
Thank you. Any questions from the committee?
You don't have any entertainment, any sound.
Just recorded background music.
Any other questions from the committee? Any questions from the public or anyone on Zoom? If you have a question, just raise your hand. All right, so seeing no questions, then is there a motion? Judith,
Motion to approve.
do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, not second by Nicholas. All right, we'll take a roll, not roll, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Who seconded? I'm sorry.
Nicholas.
Aye.
Okay, so all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present not voting? Motion passes. Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, number 3, I don't know if it's Leon or Leon Restaurant Group, new application for a full liquor license for a restaurant located at 1697 Lexington Avenue on 106th Street. Is the applicant present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, how are you? If you wanna come up, just introduce yourself. It says new on here. Is this,
This is a new application.
it is a new application, okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking at that one? You're looking at the wrong one. From where?
Next block, this is between 106 and 107 on Lexington.
All right, just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about the business, and then we'll see if there are any questions.
Well, I'm Enrique Lerma. I am currently owner of Allison Restaurant
Okay.
on the corner of 104 in Lexington. I've been pursuing this location for probably the last 6-7 years. It's a completely new renovated building, 5 stories. I think in the application, not in the application, but I think in the questionnaire I put 4, but I need to correct that, it's 5. 5 stories, 2 building, 2 apartments, per floor. And what we're intending to do here is just, pretty much a very casual, well, I wanna say almost a sports bar. With no like music or DJs. It's about 80 seats, it will be about 80 seats, 20 seats at the bar. No outdoor seating, there's only 2 windows, also fixed in the front. And I mean, that's it, I don't know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Marlene, correct me if, did they submit the 7-day posting?
No.
No. Are you aware that you have to post a notice for 7 days for people?
Yes, and I mean, I spoke to Marlene, but this is what I wanted to come and explain what happened. I mean, I've been working with my attorney, my legal attorney, Frank Polillo, for last 10 years. I honestly thought that everything was submitted. And I was in Mexico for the last 2 weeks. So then the last meeting was canceled or
Yeah,
postponed for today. But honestly, I didn't know we haven't submitted everything, so I can commit to like submit everything by tomorrow, if that.
Well, when did the notice go up?
Well, the notice, that's last week on Tuesday, I
And
think.
you have proof of that?
I mean, probably digital proof, like with the.
Well, I mean, do you have proof of the date it was posted? Cause we won't know what day it was posted without proof of it. Did they take a picture with a newspaper next to it?
I didn't do the newspaper,
So then there's no way to verify the date of when it
maybe
was
with
posted.
maybe with my cameras.
Yeah, I don't know. When does executive meet? Is it not next week?
it's this week.
It's this week. And full board meets when?
23rd.
Okay, unfortunately, without that, we're not gonna be able to vote on this tonight. In fact, we're gonna deny it tonight, or can I boot it to full board?
That's your fault.
I'm gonna say this, if you go and post it tonight, you can come to full board and you would have had 7 days of it being up. And then you can be put on new business at full board. Who's gonna have to vote to ratify this anyway? We're just gonna recommend to full board, they'll take the ultimate vote. So,
But if I didn't took the pictures.
but here's the problem, I can't tell, well, I'm not gonna speak for them, I wouldn't feel comfortable voting on something that I don't know if you have. I mean, we can take a conditional vote, and if he submits it with proof by tomorrow, it could be,
What's your letters of support that you require for new applicants?
and he doesn't have those either.
No,
Oh,
no.
so you're missing the letters of support too.
Right.
Oh,
All right, so then I'm not gonna make the committee pass a motion with that many conditions. I'm gonna say this, I'll reach out to our chair. It's up to him whether you get added to the agenda or not. My advice to you is to go tonight, get a newspaper, put that up on your window, take a picture of it, get the letters of support, submit those to the board no later than Thursday by 5 PM. And then assuming you have all that, I would imagine you'll be added to new business. You would get approved, if all that goes to plan, you get approved on the 23rd, and there would be absolutely no delay in your application. Now it's all in your hands. I almost positive you'll be added to the agenda for full board, assuming you do all that. With that said, then I'm not gonna take a position tonight. I just don't wanna have a motion to deny, go to the board and affect anyone's. I'm gonna do you a favor by not taking a motion.
No, I appreciate that.
And so just do what I said. The letters will give you till Thursday, give you some time, but the posting, and I'm only saying that to you because it needs to go up for you tonight. Otherwise, you won't have time before the full board.
Okay,
Okay? And so with that said, and it's fine. You do all that, you come on the 23rd, none of this mattered.
okay,
But if you don't do that, then you're gonna have to come back next week.
okay, so the meeting is on the 23rd and I need to do the.
2 letters, yeah, you can need the letters of support and you need to do the posting, whatever it says on the things. And you need the posting tonight.
Is the letter of
7 days,
support
so we
that's
meet on the
signatures?
23rd and get.
So it's a letter from a business in the area saying that.
Okay,
yeah.
The procedures that were emailed to you?
Yes.
So go to the email, look at that, and then you have any questions, you can reach back out, but it's all there. Once you get those letters, you don't need to come in person. You can scan and email them. If it's easier for you, you can drop off hard copies. That's your call. That's Thursday by 5, and I only say that because I don't wanna have the office having to gather things up. They have a lot of.
No, I
Yeah.
can't repeat that. by
And
tomorrow.
then the other thing, tonight, just for your own sake, so you have it up long.
With the paper.
And just take a picture with a newspaper.
Okay.
That's fine, all right?
Okay.
So then we're not gonna take a position, and you're all good to go,
All right.
all right?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, yeah, no, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And you don't have to stay. You can go now. You're good. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't stay if I were you. All right, with that said, we're gonna go to Casa Azul Group, Inc., doing business by Bistro Casa Azul. Renewal application for a full liquor license for restaurant at 343 Pleasant Avenue on 118th Street. Is the applicant present? I only asked, there's a few 311s, but nothing
I
in
mean, you
my,
can ask, cause you guys started before I was finished, noting appearances.
We
Is that-
share what the 391s are about.
what?
We share what the 391, they're on the phone.
Well, that's why I'm asking, but I'm also saying that if they're not here, we're gonna have to determine if we think it's an issue or not. Is anyone from the application for Bistro Casa Azul on Zoom right now? If you are,
They said they were swamped. When I told them to come, they're swamped. They're gonna try to
Okay.
send someone, so.
All right, well-
They have an event tonight.
okay, well, let's just,
It's not an excessive amount. they're in
so
one
it
site.
is 5 311s,
None.
none in the last, what am I looking at? The last ones were on July
Yeah.
26th.
Mm.
Yeah,
Not
so,
this-
I mean, we can do one of two things. We can just take a vote right now on what five is usually not a concerning number. Or we can push this towards the end of our agenda, give them an opportunity to come if we are concerned with asking those questions. How do we feel as a committee on this? All right, so then let's just push them off, but I will ask that if they don't attend, we do take a position. As I've said from my experience here, having 5 311s, especially none within the last 6 months, is not usually a point of concern, okay? All right, so we'll move it down and we'll come back to it regardless of whether they come or not, but let's give them that opportunity. Okay, we'll go to number 5. Taranga LLC, doing business by the same name, renewal application for a full liquor license for a restaurant at 1280 Fifth Avenue on 109th Street. They don't have to be here, but okay, no one's here. All right, they have all their documents. It's a renewal. There are no 311s. Motion to approve by Carlos. Do I have a second? Seconded by Jewel. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present not voting? Okay, the motion passes. Okay, number 6, Ricardo LLC, doing business as Ricardo Steakhouse. Renewal application for a full liquor license for restaurant at 2145 Second Avenue on 110th Street. The applicant is present. They have all their documents.
Yeah.
They do have about 35 311 calls, 36, and some are even within this new year. So I'm gonna welcome the applicant to unmute yourself, and I'm gonna ask you, for the sake of time, to really just speak to these 311 calls. First of all, let us know if you're aware of them. Let us know what you have done to remedy them, and let us know what you're continuing to do to remedy them, because if I'm looking at this correctly, and I could be wrong, there have been calls as far as today, I guess in the AM, and yesterday. Okay, so with that being said, the floor is yours. I think you were speaking earlier, so
Jimmy, you can call him out.
Jimmy,
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm here.
okay, so did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir, I heard you clearly.
So the floor is yours.
I'm not aware of any calls this year or anything yesterday. And to remedy some of the calls, well, we took the speakers out of the patios. And the front patio, we took it down. So there's no noise coming out of the front patio anymore. I don't know of anything that happened last night. I worked last night. I didn't, it was a smooth day. It must have not been us because across the street there was a party. And I guess it was there.
Okay, well, that's possible. The thing is, it lists an incident address and it lists your address, not the one across the street, but, okay, do we have any questions?
You know, we've had a few, it's okay, but it seems like you had about 30 in the last year. Could you talk a little bit about the other incidents you had in your place where 911 or the police department had to go to your place?
Yes, sir, we're not aware of it. I mean, the cops came one time looking for somebody that ran in there, but he didn't run in there. They thought he did, and they searched the restaurant, they searched all the bathrooms, but the person wasn't in the restaurant. I mean, we have security in the front that we usually stop anybody that's coming in that's too young or looks too young. So I don't know of any other incident. I know they came in there once looking for somebody, but he never came in the restaurant.
Jewel, did you have a question or comment? I thought you maybe, no, okay, I'm sorry. There any other questions or comments? I mean, my only concern is you originally said that you weren't aware of any 311s, and then you said what you did to remedy the 311, so.
No, I
I'm not
wasn't.
sh-
Sorry. Sorry for interrupting.
No, I'm saying, so, I'm not sure which one is it. Did you know there were 311s, or are you talking about a past time when you knew there were 311s?
No,
Because,
I'm talking about the two you said yesterday. I wasn't aware of them. I worked
no,
last
when you
night.
said that you removed speakers from outside, when did you do that?
Well, we did that like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, we took all the speakers from the front patio out, so that doesn't exist anymore.
All
Those-
right, well, here's my opinion. Do we have any, well, all right, the next question, is there anyone from the public? Anyone have a comment, question? Okay, Pilar, you are recognized.
Hola, good evening, everyone. Happy Monday, Pilar de Jesus. I just want to just support Ricardo's renewal in their application. I'm not familiar with what the calls look like. I visit the business quite often. The business has been a big supporter of our Juneteenth block party. I have witnessed that they have removed the front patios. Again, I visit the establishment quite frequently and I walk by quite frequently. And when I'm there, like staff is really on point with making sure like they're closing and getting things shut down at the time they need to. They've been here for a very long time now. I want to say almost 15 plus years, but 2004 or something like that. I've had my 30th birthday there, my grandparents' 50th anniversary. So I just want to just support that the renewal of their application, given that their history in this community has been very positive, as well as being a big supporter for community events.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the public? Okay, so look, we have no questions, we have no comments, so I'm gonna take a motion. What I will say is that if we motion to approve this, I don't know if I heard anything tonight that's, but they removed them, but I don't know, I think that what we do, and Marlene, if this is okay, we pull the 311s, if we approve it, we pull 311s again in 3 months, and if it's an issue, we bring them back in.
Yeah.
And then it's, because we're not gonna wait 2 years again, so if they say they've done things to fix the problem, we'll see in 3 months if that's the case, but that's if we approve it, so with that being said, I'm gonna open the floor to a motion since there's no one else.
So that's another issue, so I think, never know, but I mean, I would take a motion to approve and do the 3-month situation.
All right, so do you wanna make that motion?
Yeah.
All right, motion to approve, and with the condition that, and well, if there are no excessive 311s, if there, they won't have to come back.
Exactly, but
If there are, they will have to come back, all right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, anyone wanna second that?
I do.
Is that Wanda?
Yes.
Okay, Wanda, thank you. So
You're
there is a motion to approve by Judith with the condition that if there are excessive, and we'll call it, we'll call it any 311s within the next 3 months, they will come back, in 3 months. So that would be, let's say not 3 months, because we'll maybe be on summer, so September meeting, we'll just make it a September meeting. All right, so that's a motion by Judith, seconded by Wanda. All in favor? Okay, that's 4, right? 5. Any opposed?
Aye.
All right, I'm gonna vote yes too. So there's one opposed
By, Jewel?
by Jewel and everybody else was in favor. Any abstentions? Any present not voting?
Just make that very clear that he knows this.
Yeah, all right, so Jimmy, you got approved, but
Thank you, sir.
normally you would have to come back in 2 years. But what we're going to do is, we're going to pull all the 311 calls, prior to our September 2024 meeting. If there are any 311 calls, you will have to come back and we'll have to speak about those, and the committee will reserve the right to change its motion or opinion on this license, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right then, good luck, and hopefully we don't see you in September, all right? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for coming in, Lord.
Have a good night, thank you. All right, number 7, Guadalupe Lucero, doing business as Las Delicias Mexicanas Corp., renewal application for a full liquor license for a restaurant located at 2109 Third Avenue on 115th Street. I believe they have everything. Is the applicant here? They are? Okay, you're welcome to speak. You were not required to be here tonight, but I will give you the time since you came if you want to. So the applicant's present and wishes to speak. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Well, thank you. As you can see, it's a renewal. It's a family business. We open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and we close our doors at around 9:30. So, and we serve the full menu. That's all as I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion? Motion to approve by Judith, seconded by Carlos.
That was Jewel.
I said Jewel.
He said Judith.
Oh, I did, I think. All right. I didn't mean
It's
that.
a
Yeah. Jewel, motion to approve, seconded by Carlos. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's everybody. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present not voting? All right, the motion passes unanimously, thank you. All right, we're going to number 8. All right, Legends Boathouse LLC application for a full liquor license for a restaurant at East 72nd Street at Park Drive, Central Park Lake, Community Board 11. We've recommended approving this application. The problem was that, well, not really a problem, but they decided to add patron dancing to their application. At the time, we took a position that was not on their application. I decided to bring this before the committee, and I don't think it was mandatory, but I just figured we all voted yes on it, so we should all have the opportunity to see if anyone changed their mind because of this addition. Is anyone present from Legends Boathouse?
Hi, I'm present and I have my manager with me. My name is Karen Monteros. I'm an attorney for Legends. We're just adding patron dancing just to our private events because we were approved for live music. So this is just going to be for weddings, and birthday parties. It's not going to open it up for, we're not going to become a dance establishment.
Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate it. Okay, motion to approve by Carlos. Is there a second? Seconded by Judith.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Any
Thank you.
opposed? Any abstentions? Anything? You're gonna abstain? Okay, one abstention. Any present not voting? Okay, the motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're done with the liquor licenses. We're gonna go into street activity permits. The first one, which is number 9 on our agenda, is community event health fair. It is on May 11th. Setup is 8:30 a.m., breakdown's 4:30 p.m. Location is 126th Street between Lexington and Park Avenue. It is a full street closure. Is the applicant present?
He's not online. I looked up the CVs and
You got all the paperwork.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Make a motion.
all right. Motion to approve by Carlos. Is there a second? Seconded by Jewel. All those in favor? All right, aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Aye.
Is that an aye in favor?
Yes, that's an aye in favor.
Okay, thank you. All right, so any abstentions? Any present not voting? All right, motion passes unanimously. Yeah, take your time. I'll pull it up. I just have all these screens up. Yeah, I know, I'm just, yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, number 10, 111th Street Old Timers Day, Single Block Festival. It's on July 14th. Setup is 8 AM, breakdowns 8 PM. It's located on 111th Street between Madison and Fifth Avenue. It is a full street closure. Is the applicant present?
That's me.
Debbie, I know
Not
this is,
really.
yeah,
I'm representing Woody because he's in Florida, so I'm a member of the Woodward. The 111th Street Old Timers is celebrating their 56th anniversary of the longest block party here in East Harlem, where we create the opportunity for people to have reunions, get in touch with each other when they haven't seen each other in years. And we're super excited for the support that we've had in the past. And we just want to say that we're just grateful for the event to occur now with new people coming into the neighborhood. It also serves as an opportunity to kind of celebrate and recognize all of the history of East Harlem.
thank you. Any questions? Motion to approve by Carlos, seconded by Nicholas. All those in favor?
And you're all invited to play in the
Aye.
school.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present not voting? Motion passes. Debbie, you're welcome to stay, but you know.
Well, I have lots of work.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, busy.
Oh, thank you. All right. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. Let me just make sure I'm on. James, oh yeah, I'm on the wrong thing now. James Weldon Houses Love and Unity Day Block Party, July 27th, setups 9 AM, breakdown 6 PM. Location is Lexington Avenue between East 112th and East 115th Street. It is a full street closure. Lee, you're here for the application?
Yes.
Yes.
both are.
Oh, both of you. Okay, if you want to, you could stay there. You could come up here. It's up to you. Just introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your event. Yeah. Yeah.
Good afternoon,
Good
good evening,
afternoon.
everyone.
Going on.
I'm Debbie from James Weldon Johnson.
You can sit too, whatever you want.
I'm an alumni. I grew up in Spanish Harlem over there in Johnson. So I come back and give my services to the block party that we have every year. Last year was fantastic because it took us 30 years to actually have that street open so that we have so many seniors now and more children so that they can go from one side of the street to the other. So this way, and everybody enjoyed themselves. We had no issues. PSA 5 was fantastic and the 2-3 also. So no incidents occurred and we had a great time.
Thank you. They have all their documents. They even submitted signatures, which we're happy you submitted them. Just for the future. You don't have to submit those.
Okay.
So you said you had it closed last year?
Yeah.
Just from now on, when we ask questions, let's just raise our hand, because I was still talking and so, all right, thank you, Carlos. Go ahead, Carlos.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, motion to approve by Carlos, seconded by Nicholas. All those in favor? Any opposed?
Aye.
Sorry, I keep getting that delay. All right, I will wait.
Yeah.
All right, that's, everyone's eye. We've been doing a different way of voting. I'm getting used to this. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present not voting? Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Thank you. If you don't have another application, you're welcome to, I would leave, you know,
Thank you.
enjoy your night. Yeah.
Everybody have a lovely
Yeah.
evening.
Thank you. All right, next up is 129 Block Association. It's a block party. It's July 27th, setups 11 AM, breakdown 7 PM. Location is 129th Street between Park and Madison Avenue. Is a full street closure. Is the applicant present?
No, they don't have to do.
They don't have to be. They have everything,
Yeah.
so they've done it before with no incidents. Motion.
Somebody else is great.
Yeah, I know. I welcome it because you're moving it along. Judith, motion to approve?
Yes. Motion to approve.
Do I have a second then? Seconded by Jewel. So motion to approve by Judith, seconded by Jewel. I'll slow it down a little bit. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present not voting? Motion passes unanimously. Okay. All right. Afro Bembe Single Block Festival, August tenth, setup is 8 a.m. Breakdown is 8 p.m. It is on East 120th Street between Third and Lexington Avenue. It is a full street closure. Debbie, floor is yours again.
Okay, so the Afri Bembe, it's actually Afri, I always spell it wrong, it's Afri Bembe Festival is, celebrating their 6th year in partnership with the Friends of Art Park Alliance and the Caribbean Cultural Center African Diaspora Institute. And the purpose of the event is to celebrate the African diaspora within the Latin community as well. And it's a street closure, it's a lot of fun, they have pop-up art, they have a festival, they have vendors, they have a plaza that's just for children, it's called the Children's Zone. And then they have the Soul Food Plaza, which is the best part ever. And we're looking forward to the support from the community board once again.
Thank you. Any questions, anybody? All right, Carlos, motion to move by Carlos, seconded by Nicholas. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present voting? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, I think you're done now. All right, have a good night.
Okay, Debbie.
Okay,
Hope to see you there.
thank you. All right, so, all right, this is what we're gonna do for the next two, okay? So just to, I don't know if everyone's aware, the next two applications are both for the same date, the same time, same location,
Right.
okay? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna allow both applicants to present. Because what happens is if we vote on one and we get to the next one, we won't even really be able to have an opinion. So what I've also, and I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but I've been,
No, Jackie.
no, okay.
Yeah.
I invited, you own Hot Jalapeno?
Yes.
Okay, so she's been very active. They came to, I believe, our last meeting with a bunch of business owners, and there've been, the business owners have gotten a lot more active in commenting on the street activities and, festivals that happen on 116th Street. And so I wanted, and you're welcome to say as much or as little or nothing, but I figured if you want to be here. But, after speaking with, some people from the board, we thought it might be a good idea to have you come. I think you've had experience with both applicants having festivals there.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't have to say, oh, I prefer one more than the other, whatever. You could just tell us about your experiences with each if you choose to. I just felt that if you wanted to do that, it would maybe help inform the committee a little bit more. Couple of other points to make. And I'm only gonna make them because they are kind of relevant. I'm not making them to sway anyone's opinion one way or the other. One applicant submitted before the other applicant, okay? Don't hold me to it, but I think one was in October and then the other one submitted in December. So a matter of, let's call it 2 months, it could be a little less or more. The one that submitted first was, Alex Garcia, for the, and let me just, because that's all, that's for the Hispanic Heritage Fest, correct? And then the one that, submitted in December, a couple months later, let's call it, was the Mexican Independence Day Festival, and that was Diana. There's been a question of one applicant, Alex, having a lot of festivals there, and, you know, is there too many festivals by one person? But there is no rule on that, right? That's kind of subjective to how you all feel, you know, call it a monopoly on festivals, if you will, if that's a real thing or not, right? But that's just, those are the main things that have come up, right? One submitted first, the other applicants saying, well, they have a lot of festivals, give somebody else an opportunity. Full disclosure, I have tried to have both applicants meet. We've been able to resolve things when we've met with other applicants. We had Martina in the flower shop, and we had a meeting off the record, and we were able to resolve that. Unfortunately, I made myself available, and we were not able to have that meeting. And I punted it down. This was supposed to be on an agenda earlier. I'm just not gonna punt it anymore. We're gonna make a decision one way or the other tonight, okay? If they wanna change that at full board or at executive, I don't know what they'll do. But I mean, I just think the committee has to take position, and that's all I have to say. I just had to say that, so we have it all. Now I'm gonna let each applicant present. We'll see if there are any questions or comments. If you wish to comment, I'll let you go after they both present. We'll hold all the questions off till the end. And then the 25th precinct is on too. So in the sake of time for the 25th precinct, I'm not gonna make them wait for all of this. I'm sure they have other things to do and I appreciate them staying on this long. So if the 25th precinct wants to speak now, I'm not gonna really ask you any questions. Think you kind of heard what it is that we're kind of, presented with tonight. So if you want to just make any comments, and then if you're willing to take questions, we can do that after. Officer Powers? All right, let's, we're gonna have them speak now, so I wanna give them the opportunity to be heard. Officer Powers, if you can hear me, just unmute yourself and the floor is yours. And then if you just let me know if you've heard everything I said, or if you need me to repeat anything.
Second and third. I'm sorry.
It's all right. All right, so then if Officer Powers, if you are available at any point, just raise your hand and we'll recognize you. In the meantime, then we will proceed, okay? So we're gonna go in the order that this is on our agenda. So first up is Hispanic Heritage Fest, Single Block Festival, September 15th. Setup is 8 AM, breakdown is 8 PM. Location is East 116th Street between Second and Third Avenue. It is a full street closure. The applicant is Alex Garcia. So Alex, if you want to stay there, you want to come here, and the floor is yours. And then what we'll do then is we'll go to Diana, and then we'll open it up to questions from everybody. So go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, committee for taking the time, for this, matter. It's, what we do is the usual thing. We do traditional pole dancing, traditional music, live music on stage, family event. We start usually at around 1 PM because of the church. We have a great relationship with the pastor, the church right next to, Second Avenue. And because they have a service in the morning, he asked us to wait until they finish it, so we wait usually until 1 PM. Even though we had the permit from 12, but we, start at 1. And we always end on time, and we haven't had any issue into future, and I've been doing events there since 2014. And police president 25, Officer Powell, Officer Cosme, and the previous community affairs officers, they be witness of my, work on one station.
And confused. All right. Thank you. We're gonna go to now, we're not gonna ask any questions yet. We're gonna go to, you know what? Let's ask questions because we're gonna get confused about who's applicants. So does anyone have questions for Alex?
Alex, how many do you do about the course of the summer?
116, 3.
Three.
Let me widen that question. How many over the course of a year?
Of the year,
On 116th, only on 116th.
last year was 2.
2? And this year would be 3 all year? Okay.
Can I comment again? Last year, he had 3 events, 1 in May and 2 in September.
All right, so if it's 2 or 3, all right, so 3 last year, 3 this year, we'll call it that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
All right, okay. Do we have any other questions? And we'll come back to more questions if we have them. But I figured it'd be easier because we're gonna get confused. So is there any other questions right now for Alex before I move to the next applicant? Anyone from the public? 25th precinct, are you there yet? No? Okay.
She's on, then.
All right, well, whenever, I'll keep coming back to see. All right, so, all right, Judith, I'm gonna clarify that for you right now.
Yeah.
That is that's an application for something else. This person has 2 applications.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right, thank you. Now I'm gonna go to number 15. Mexican Independence Day Festival, Single Block Festival. It's also September 15th, also 8 AM to 8 PM. Also East 116th Street between Second and Third Avenue, also full street closure. And the applicant, Diana, you can stay there, you can come here. So tell us about, so if I'm correct, Alex, you did this event on this date last year? Did you have this event?
Last year, yes.
Okay, okay, and so this would be your first time having this event?
No,
You've
We
done in the past?
yeah, we have been, this event started with Pablo Guzman and Union Settlement.
Okay, Pablo used to be at Citibank, right?
Yes.
Okay,
He used to have the event probably since 2017. He
okay,
used to request the second week of September to have the event for the Independence Day of Mexico. Pablo, we started working with Pablo, but then in 2018, the festival was started organized by the businesses. And I was in charge of the vendors and of submitting the application. And we have been having this event since, like, I have been in charge of the event since 2018. Last year, I submitted the application probably like around June or end of May. But Mr. Alex had already requested the date, so I had to switch my date from a Sunday to a Saturday. And this year, I knew he was requesting the same day. I submitted my application in December, but he had already submitted the application
Understood.
again. So we have been having this event. And
before last year, you've had it since
Yes,
from
2018.
2018 up until last year?
Last year.
Okay, got you, all right. I just figured that would help everybody get the landscape of how this has happened. Do you wanna tell us anything else about, is it gonna be similar to what you've done in the past, and then just tell us a little bit
The
about it?
event is usually to support small businesses from the community. Small businesses from that block get a free space. They don't get charged for the space. And we invite different vendors from Bronx, Brooklyn, even New Jersey vendors. We have vendors that come from New Jersey, so in a way to support their business also. And another way we support them is by promoting their logo and the promotional items. We also have a screen on the back of the stage where we play a video with all the different logos from all the different participating business. And that's the way that we support small businesses. We don't have any kind of sponsors. So most of the fees that we charge are only to support the festival.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Diana?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you're welcome to.
How many years have you been producing this?
Since 2018,
How many years?
that'll be like around 5 years.
You did it also in 2019,
Yes,
2020?
no, because of COVID.
So how many years then? Three years?
How many since the beginning? So 2018 you did it? 2019 you did it?
Yes,
Did you do it in 2021?
yes,
Okay, did you do it in 2022?
yes,
So you did it 4 years?
or, yeah.
Okay, Mike, I have a question. Same question that we asked Alex. Did you have any other events last year on 116th Street?
That's the
That was
only
the only
event
one.
we have.
How
We
about-
only have that event.
How about this year?
This year, I have in another festival, but that's because, I submitted the application as a block party, but because I do not live in the block, they didn't allow me to have it. So the only solution was to have it as a festival.
And that's the other one that's on here
The other
tonight,
one,
right?
yes.
Okay, Dia del Nino, okay. So that, it would be this one and just two?
Yes.
For this year. Okay, all right. Before I go, okay, I'm gonna let you, because I don't want to get it into a back and forth, so I'm gonna let you ask one more question. Okay, go ahead.
You did the festival in 2022, correct?
Yes,
The Mexican Independence Day Festival,
yes.
2022. Can you explain to the board what happened? Because there was somebody there, somebody shot somebody in that festival. Can you explain to the board why did that happen, how did that happen, and what time did that happen?
That incident happened. It was an incident inside the building, a discussion that was happening inside a building and came out to the sidewalk.
You can address it to us, since he asked the question here, so, and then that's it, I don't wanna get into a back and forth, but it is a relevant incident, so
Yeah,
keep going on
This
that.
incident happened, it was a discussion that started inside a building within the block.
Judith, this is important.
And it came out into the street, to the sidewalk. It's not an incident that happened within the festival. And it happened like around 7:45, 7:50, when everyone was already cleaning up and getting ready to go.
So you're saying it had nothing to actually do with the festival, it just happened,
Mhm.
the coincidence, okay. Okay, I'm gonna ask this before, and then I'm gonna go to Jackie. I'm gonna see if anybody from the public has any questions or comments. Okay, and then I'll go to Jewel. Before I forget, sorry. I'm gonna ask this, it might be a stupid question at this point, but there is no way that cause what I'm afraid is gonna happen tonight is we're gonna take a position and we're gonna maybe approve one and not approve the other one, or, you know, the committee may not take a position on either, which I would strongly advise against, but we were gonna try to have a meeting to find some type of resolution. And because I really don't wanna have to say no, or this, have either of you both were aware that we were gonna have that meeting. So maybe you had an opportunity to think about what you were gonna say if we went to that meeting. Is there any resolution that either of you can think of that, could work for everybody? I mean, are either of you, stupid question, willing to move the date? Are you willing to kind of do the event together? Is there anything? Or if not, that's also fine, then we're gonna have to get the rest of the questions and go forward. So I'll ask Diana first, and then I'll ask Alex. It might be a hopeless experiment, but maybe not, so go ahead.
Well, actually, I was open to have a discussion with Mr. Alex, like with Xavier and you, but, Mr. Alex was never available to meet. So, I don't know what he has to say, like if he.
And if we were to have met, what would have been something that would you have been willing to consider? Was there anything you could have thought about that you would have been willing to, would you have been willing to consider joining together to do the event? Would you have been willing to I know you moved the date last year and you weren't happy to do it, so I'm not gonna ask you, because I don't think you would want to do that. So there's no chance of you two doing this together, correct?
I don't know, because one of the persons is not available to talk, so probably no. So
Well, what I guess I'm getting at is, I called everybody here tonight and I left it on the agenda, and I'm sorry if I did this because I couldn't get the two of you to meet. And I guess the only way to get everybody in the same room was to just put them on the agenda and go ahead with it. What I'm trying to say is, these events don't happen till September. We do meet in May. I don't wanna waste a ton of time on this, but I wanna be fair. So I'm willing to see if we table everything to May, but if you both commit to me right now that we could meet. There's gonna be no promises here, but we've been able to resolve things in meetings. You've experienced that we can have meetings off the record and we can come to, and if we don't, we'll come back here and at least everybody's more informed. We won't have to waste as much time next time. But what I will say is, and the committee, you can agree with me or not here, if I set a time and date that we all agree to me, and you're all welcome to come off the record, you don't have to, it's not against your attendance. Unless there's a real emergency, somebody loses a family member, there's a health condition, you don't have to say what it is, and you don't give a date to reschedule, whoever doesn't show up to that meeting, I'm just assuming then that you're not willing to really at least have a discussion on this. And then we would just proceed with that in mind next month, that one person wasn't willing to meet over it. Before we get to that, then Judith and Julie, you can ask your question, then I wanna see if they're open to that, if you're all okay with that. Or if you wanna take a position tonight, we can do that too,
Right.
but I just put that
I'm
out there.
just a little confused. Your event is in September, correct? And your event is when?
September, same day.
The same day.
But
That's
on,
a different event, Judith.
that,
She has two events on tonight, I told you this.
yeah, I know, but I don't know. what
So
the
she
other
has,
one is.
so 14 is Alex on September 15th, that is Hispanic Heritage
Right,
Fest. Then
right.
Diana has Mexican Independence Day Festival, that is also on September 15th. Then number 16 is Dia del Nino, which we haven't gotten to yet, that's for
Oh.
April 28th, that is for Diana, so
All right,
that's where you're mixing it
I
up. She
don't
has
have
two,
that.
but one is on this day, okay?
I don't
But
have
that's,
that.
I'm not,
That-
okay, but that's all irrelevant right now, so,
Okay.
Jewel, do you wanna ask your question?
Just to verify the state the obvious, so one is like second and third,
Right.
and my other one's second and, oh, sorry.
Oh, they flip one, sometimes they put the higher up.
And then I just wanna, you didn't really respond when you said, can you kind of like work together and do it concurrently, so did you have a response to that? Cause she kind of spoke for you, but in terms of doing it like together, concurrently, together, or whatever.
It will be okay, but since my organization is being from 2003, and I have a credibility to take care. And I've been working alone all this time. I will not feel comfortable working with her organization. And that's,
No, that's, and that, you don't have to say more, that's, I mean, if you want to, but that you can give that answer, nobody's gonna, Carlos, give one?
Yeah, one thing that you said that I enjoyed very much, and that was, it's free and it's for the tenants, for the
business
the
owners.
merchants. I think that's very important, that's what we've been fighting for the last several years, that it should be something that's gonna benefit the vendors. I understand you're charging for your event, or you charge for space,
no,
how does that work?
the event is
I'm
free
not
also,
about
just as her. The event is free for everybody.
So my question to you is, do you charge the vendor, do you charge anybody for the space at your event?
Yeah, we do.
You do.
She charges also. She says she doesn't charge the business owners on the block. But she charges, and she invites vendors from outside Manhattan, even from New Jersey, because she has to recuperate operating costs. And that's about it, it's like your business too, you have to recuperate operating costs.
But you understand what my question is that we're trying to accommodate the merchants in the area.
I completely understand that, but also, if the committee can, comprehend this, my application went in first, and I got approved by city board, I mean,
I made that clear that you were in first, you were in first last year too, and last year, that is ultimately how we determined it. I'm gonna get back, I'm gonna let the committee decide, I threw out a suggestion. I still haven't gotten either of you to say if you'd be willing to meet or when, but we'll get that, but. In the event that we punt away, I don't wanna waste any more of your time, you're here now, no, but you're here now. So if we come back next month, I want you to say your piece now, if there's any new information that comes to light, you're welcome to come back next month, but. You know what I asked? But you can say whatever you're comfortable with saying, if you, about the applicants, about the festival, so the floor is yours, and we'll see if anyone has any questions for Jackie, all right?
Everybody knows me now, Jackie Martinez from Hot Jalapeno Restaurant. We used to be part of the Villa Merchants Association, now not anymore. So we start creating, because we had this kind of things in the area. So we reorganize our small businesses now. So we started with a new organization called Little Mexican Village Association. We submitted the paperwork and everything to start working together. But this happened in the block because nobody cared about us. They care about them. They charge, they don't charge, they put whatever, so they block our businesses now. With Alex, we didn't have the chance before to talk with him, until now, until last year, that we start, raising our voices and start talking with them. So this year we got more organized with him. We requested Diana to have a meeting with us, back in February. She didn't show up. So we wanna work together with everybody, right? So what they say is like, they're very uncomfortable with this, because basically, what they say is gonna be for the community, and it's not for the community. We don't ask for money for the small businesses. We ask for, to have these kind of events, put, more people to our, businesses, and they're blocking them. So, last year, there was a disaster on the event. They promised, a lot of stuff to us, we didn't have anything. We tried to talk to Diana, she didn't show any approval, she didn't show any support for us. Everything was, on her, by her own. So the small businesses get angry, and they reach out to me, because I really, I really wanna have a big over here, because I have a lot of work to do. But for my community, I'm gonna start working, for my community, for my block. So she doesn't wanna be with us. Basically, we have 15 small businesses in the block. We have signatures, I showed them last time. So we have 15 small businesses from the block that we are supporting now, Alex, because we already spoke to him. He was open to help us. We started organizing all the festival, and he's willing to help us. And we're gonna give a chance this year to show us, to prove that really we're gonna trust him again. Otherwise, we're gonna be blocking, all this kind of event, because unfortunately, they affect us, all of us, not just, my business is affecting all the block. So for this kind of situation, we also, I spoke with the police department, with Ms. Gosman, and she's also willing to help, because we don't want no more of this disaster happening, because basically, it doesn't affect only one day,
it affects the whole year. Because basically, if you kill somebody in that block, so what do you think? You're not gonna go back over there because, you know, incidents like that happen in that block. So what we're doing right now is supporting Alex. We don't have any answer from Diana and all the small businesses we have already signed, you know, to support whoever is gonna support us in our block. What we wanna do is beautify the block. We're gonna start working. They're willing to donate plants, donate, you know, whatever we ask them to do and put more in so that with more safety. So basically, we always spoke with Alex. We didn't have any time to spoke with Diana because she's not willing to, you know, ask. She said, she's for small businesses, but she didn't have any work with us. And you can ask, you know, small businesses block, she cannot talk with nobody. I mean, she didn't have the time to talk with anybody on the block. So that's mine. So now we start getting a new organization. And we're gonna be, you know, in this kind of particular meetings because we want the good thing for our block.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Any questions from the committee?
Yes. Is there a reason for them not to, like, stay on somebody goes from first to second, and then from second to third? No?
Could be chaos doing that. I hear you. I thought about that. I don't know if we'd
I
want.
think you guys are willing to change the date, I mean, that's.
I asked them, yeah. I don't think so.
They say you don't want to change the date.
I was gonna comment on that earlier. The reason we have that festival, it's because it's the Independence Day of Mexico, and that same day is the parade on Madison Avenue. So, it's like, I can't really change the date because that's the name of the festival, Independence Day of Mexico, and imagine having it at the end of the September, like, it won't make no sense, like.
Okay, I'm
when
gonna
it's
go.
actually for that
Oh,
day.
sorry. All right, Nicholas and then Jewel.
Why haven't you met with any of the businesses in the block?
I'm sorry?
Why haven't you met with any of the businesses in the block? Is that true? Is that true? Like,
Last year, I had this festival, we were meeting before the event. After the event, like a week later, I got sick. I was in the hospital, I got surgery, and I was going probably until December. In December, we were talking, we had an event named Posadas. I don't know if you have heard that, and we went through different businesses from that block that were part of that event. And none of them mentioned anything, and then,
This past December.
so, and I even have a WhatsApp group where I share information with them. And until now, no one had mentioned anything. I wasn't able to join the meeting of February, but after that, like, I haven't been able to talk with them. And like I mentioned, like, most of the businesses from that block, they're requested to have like more lighting, which is a DOT, more tree plants to get the tree pits fixed, which is Department of Parks. We already submitted applications to that. We're waiting a response, so it's not something that I have control on. And if they don't understand that there's a waiting time, it's not my fault for them to be upset.
Yes.
Jewel, then Carlos.
Well, that was my question. I really wanted to hear your response to that. And, you know, I'm not trying to be funny, but you made it seem like she did not respond at all, but she just kind of communicated that, she did reach out and there's been some, like, some communication. And please speak up, because, you know, people are saying, you know, speaking for you. So, you know, just please speak up and just, you know, feel free to just, you know, that's not correct, or that's inaccurate. But I appreciate your response.
Well, let me just follow that, because I thank you and I don't want to ask you everything, but so thank you for asking that question. So did you speak, and just answer the questions as I asked them, did you speak in December?
Yeah, we were talking.
Okay, and then when you didn't speak in February, did either of you make an attempt to speak again? Because we're in April now, so it's been 2 months. Were there any attempt to reach out?
I didn't make any attempt because, on February, I didn't speak to them. The meeting was 2 days before the community board meeting. And when the community board meeting happened, that's when many like 4 businesses show up and mentioned that they weren't happy with what I was doing. They mentioned that I was doing something that they didn't agree on. Sound like really.
But when you think that, okay, that's fair, but when you think that would be the very time then to sit down with somebody when they're saying that they have issues, especially if you don't think, like, I know if I was doing business with somebody or something and they said they had issues with me and I wanted to still do business there, that I would then say, well, let's sit down, let's hear if your issue, I wouldn't avoid the problem,
No.
that's the thing.
I did mention it to them.
Okay,
And they mentioned that they didn't came to the community board and they didn't mention that. They're like,
Okay.
we didn't do that. What I did was show them the YouTube video that's of the meeting.
okay, I don't wanna get into a back and forth because I'm sure you're both telling it how you remember it and what happened, I just wanted to get it out there as much, so I don't wanna get into too much of a back and forth, we'll be here all night, so Carlos.
Maureen, you said they have letters of support. Are the letters of support that you have on both of them, are there vendors about?
I would have to reread them, but you all have access to those letters. By if
Then
they,
you
can you
think
pull it
that
up on them?
We have,
See if
Try
we
my
have
best.
the-
letters of support from the merchants, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull these up, give me a second. In the meantime, is the 25th precinct still on and able to
She's on, I don't know if she's in front of the computer though. but she's
speak?
on.
Okay, all right, well, all right. So I don't wanna take any more time unless anyone else has any questions, comments, whatever. So we have two options, okay? We can move this to May. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text both of you. I'm gonna give you 3 days and 3 times. I'm gonna give you a weekend day and 2 weekdays. So, and if none of those times work by some chance, you have to respond and say, give me 2 times and then see if it works. But we have to have a meeting if we decide to go this route before. Now, if anything comes out of that meeting, we'll see. And if one of you just refuses to answer or have a meeting, I will bring that information back to the committee and make them aware, okay? That's the first option, if you're okay with that. Second option is, we vote on them both tonight. So I don't wanna take a vote on this, I just wanna go around the table and, Wanda's on Zoom, and I just wanna get everyone's opinion, one at a time, on what you would prefer to do, so.
Can I make another comment? Also-
Last comment, and then I'm gonna go around the.
Sorry for the time, and thank you. The other thing I would like to know is also, like, I don't want this to be happening every year, like, I also mentioned it to Aiden, like, would it be, like, is there something we could do for this not to be happening every year, like, oh, like, the person that submits application first is gonna get the paper.
Well, the
like,
problem
like,
is,
doing
if the
it.
person who submitted it first gets it, and we did that, then we wouldn't even be having a discussion, it would go to Alex. I mean, the committee, we can take that into consideration under our meeting, I mean, one could argue the fairest thing to do, if everybody's doing a good job, would be to rotate it, the dates. 1 year, yes, 1 year, no, I like continuity, but we're also talking about being fair and not monopolizing it, that's one suggestion. But I don't wanna, you know, we can ultimately decide as a committee, I mean, what SAPO ends up doing is a whole nother thing, but we take our position. We could say that, right, that's what we're gonna do, so I don't know, that's not something I sat and thought about with too much, cause I'm more concerned with just getting this figured out right now, but we can talk about that if we have the meeting, so, gonna go around the table. Nicholas, how do you table it to May?
Table it for May.
May,
Table to me.
Same.
okay, I agree with that, Wanda?
I think we should table it to May.
Okay, great. Alright, so we're not gonna take a position on either one tonight. We will take a position, I'm saying this now on the record, next month, we will take a position on both. And I will make the whole committee aware of the time we have the meeting. I'll attempt to set up a link. I hope to have it here in person. And then that way, if you can't attend, you're welcome to attend. But, I will then share whoever wasn't there, so you have all the information on what happened. It could be a waste of time, but I think it's worth a look at it, all right? I'm gonna end it for the night on this. No more questions, comments from anyone. I will send a text with 3 times. If it doesn't work for either of you, respond to me within a day saying, here's 2 times that work. Let's by Friday, let's have a time that works for us and say, we're gonna meet first Wednesday of May and we're ready far into the month. So we need to have this meeting. I don't wanna have it later than the 25th of this month, so within the next 10 days, okay? And I'll send some days and times, all right? And if one of you can't attend in person, that's fine. If neither of you can attend in person, that's fine. I'll be here, and the same week we can have a meeting like this with all these people on here, we can have it there. You can call in on your phone. I'd like for you to be present, but I'm aware of everybody's got schedules and whatever, all right? If it's a weekend, I'm not gonna do a weekend, cause now I realize who the hell's gonna be here on a
Right.
weekend, so it'll be a weekdays, all right? So with that said, Alex, do you have anything else on tonight? All right, so you're free to go. I'm sorry to both of you, but this is me trying to figure out what the best step forward is. And that's all we can do. We're gonna go now to, so we're tabling 15, we tabled 14. We're gonna go to 16, which is Dia del Nino Street event, April 28th, East 116th, between
Hold
First.
on, I'm sorry, 1 second. You went around the room, but did anybody make put a motion on the floor to table it?
Do we have to motion to table? Okay, can we bundle them? All right, do I have a motion to table 14 and 15 to May? Of
Yeah.
course. All right, so there's a motion by Judith,
Yeah.
seconded by Loretta. All those in favor? Aye, we already did this. Any
Aye.
opposed? Thank you. Any opposed, any abstentions, any present not voting? All right, so now it's officially been tabled to May. Now we're on 16. I already went through the details, Dia del Nino. I believe all your documents were submitted,
Yes.
okay? But you're here, so tell us a little bit about this event, and then we'll see if we have any questions about this.
Dia del Niño is a celebration in Mexico that they celebrate children, April 30th. And for this, I wanted to have a block party. But SAPA didn't allow me because I'm not a resident of that block, so I had to submit the application as a festival. So the idea is to have different organizations from the community and from outside, like the Bronx. I have some from the Bronx that will be coming and having activities, free activities for children. And we're gonna have free bouncy houses that are gonna be free for kids, that they're not gonna be charged for them to be in it. And what I'm trying to do is to have our children learn that Dia del Niño in Mexico is celebrated April 30th. To preserve our culture and our traditions.
Okay, any questions from the committee?
You know that the bouncer, you gotta get insurance.
Insurance, yeah.
Yeah, I have them.
Okay. Any other questions? Any questions from the public? Jackie?
The merchant association, that she mentioned that she's the merchant association is supporting her. We are the Via Merchant Association, but we're not supporting her. That's the problem with the other one, because she's doing this thing by her own. She don't mention anybody. She has a WhatsApp chat, but she mentioned anybody, and this kind of events, if I can give you the approval of the chat, she don't mention any chat, any these events. She don't ask for the approval, for the organization.
Quick question, this is on first and second, right?
Yeah.
The businesses that, I guess, that are part of your group that you presented with signatures last month, I think it was, or the month before, how many of those businesses are on first and second at 116?
Like two, maybe one,
Three.
maybe she
One.
and one.
So most of them,
Your group,
Yeah.
how many merchants are part of your organization?
We are all the block, we are all located from Third Avenue to Second Avenue.
okay, so
we are
not
we are
first and second though.
So that's when the BJ start in that block, with the Pablo Guzman a long time ago. We didn't have a chance to, be part of the Villa until now, because what happened, the old one. So they kind of fighting, they kind of blocking our businesses, and that's why. And what she did mention the last time is that over here is also money involved, because obviously, this guy, Hugo,
Alex?
they work for the organization, they already is, that's the job to do this kind of events. And this event was part of La Villa, as you said, for small businesses, and what we got is only free, published in the TV, and that's all. But we were involved. We donate food, we donate gifts, we donate everything to her. The last goal that we have to have a meeting with her is to show numbers about how many we earn to do this lighting. We don't wanna wait for the city to give us these lights. We don't wanna wait for the city to give us these 3 bits. We don't wanna wait for the city to get the security cameras. We wanna do our own. So with us, this kind of events, we can support half, and the small business can support half. That was our plan. So that's why we had this last meeting with her. She didn't show, so until now, we don't have any numbers about the event. They're supposed to be for the organization. That's the problem. That's why the small businesses get mad, because we don't have any paperwork, any report, anything for that.
Okay,
That's why everybody-
let me ask a question. So at one point, you were meeting,
Mhm.
then there was this February meeting and it didn't happen. So I guess my question, without getting into too much of a back and forth, are you willing to meet? Are you willing to sit down? Are you willing to
Well,
try to build a bridge again?
we have this event in September. She got sick, obviously, I mean, we don't.
No, I don't wanna know about the past. I'm asking
Mhm.
about the future. Are you willing?
Well, nobody of the organization wants to talk anymore.
Okay, that's a good
Because
answer.
she had her chance and nobody is supporting her now because everybody's mad at her because, she didn't show, or she didn't got any,
I'll
she
make a
didn't
motion
work
to
clear with
approve,
it.
Chair, because we need to move on.
Well, no, I know, but I understand. we have
No,
to
I
do it, yeah,
understand what the
yeah.
situation, but we're
Yeah.
gonna delay.
Well, no, I just wanna see after that was said, do we have any other questions or comments?
I wanted to respond to, it's like, if people say things that you're doing, so do you want us to respond to what you just said?
I just want to mention that, and I mentioned it to them also.
Specifically.
Yeah, there-
When she said like you did not show up at that meeting, so was that a meeting that you were able to show up for, and why did you not show up for that?
We sent a text, we sent a letter, and then we sent.
Well,
a
no, but
letter.
why didn't you show up? That's the right? That's the question.
I couldn't show up because it was a last minute meeting, like.
And then my
Days,
question
like
is,
2 days
why
before the
was
meeting.
there no attempt by anyone to meet again? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. If you were gonna meet in February and you just couldn't show up, I mean, nobody would be that mad that somebody missed the meeting, right? That they wouldn't try to reschedule it. So, and I recognize Carlos wants to make a motion. I'll end it at that. It's just, we're not here to uncover this whole history, but it's a little interesting. I know there's more to it, I think, than we're even hearing tonight. But with that said, Carlos, you wanna make a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve, Chair.
All right, do I have a second? Seconded by Jewel. All right, Marlene, can we go back to a roll call on this one? Yeah, because I just wanna, could be contentious, I don't know.
And then Rena,
I'm gonna abstain.
Carlos Diaz,
Yes.
Judith Rivaro left, Wanda Hopkins,
Yes.
Bill Jones,
Yes.
Nicholas Reyes,
Yes.
and Loretta, so.
I'm not staying.
Motion carries.
All right, so look, the motion passed. What I'm gonna, and it's up to you two, clearly you still wanna have festivals and be a part of the community. You're not going anywhere. It's my suggestion that you two try to meet. You're welcome to come, and I'll make sure you know about when we have the meeting for the independence, but I think maybe there has to be
Common ground.
some common ground, and I'm willing to facilitate that meeting where we can sit there and really just talk about this.
Well, the thing is, it's not only me, I mean.
No, no,
it's not
and-
me. I'm
no,
representing
and you're welcome
15,
to-
50 small business, it's not me.
So you're welcome to bring as many as you want.
If I could stay away from this, because I'm, have a business, I will stay away. But everybody reaching me out to
No, I
be over
understand.
here, so I had to be here because,
Well,
everybody
here's the
trusted
thing,
me about
here's the
me
thing.
over here.
Here's the thing, you're welcome, I will find a day, we can find it, with this, there's no pressing time on this. We'll try to orchestrate something where you can bring as many of the business owners as you want and can come. I'm sure, I own a business, you own a business, we find the time to be here. They can find the time to be here too, if it is that important to them, or they can send somebody from their business, a manager, someone on their behalf. And listen, I'd rather not do this, if I'm being honest, but I just think that, we can try to meet, we can try to find common ground. So I'm not committing to any time on that, but I will reach out to both of you. We'll try to figure out something where we can meet off the record. As always, the committee is welcome to come. But these meetings are not meant to like hash out long histories of things, all right? So with that said, I will be texting you, and I will also be letting you know when that meeting is. You're welcome to attend there.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you being here tonight.
Yeah,
and
I
thank
mean,
you.
the thing is, I wanna make clear everything
Thank you.
because, we're gonna start working together, all together.
And have you, and then I'm gonna move to the next application. Have you gone to economic development yet, our committee?
No, I had to contact them.
Okay, they meet tomorrow
I
night.
have, I have three meetings with the youth center, with
Okay.
the Octangra Center and then.
I'd suggest meeting with EcoDev, because we're talking about streetlights and, tree pits and all that.
The thing is that we have the organization and we have a bad leader because it takes time. I'm sure for that.
Yeah, everything
But
does.
if you have two people in your organization, nobody's gonna care about you.
No, I
But if
know,
you have 25 people in the organization, obviously they're gonna care.
100%.
But if you know a good leader and you don't keep your organization together, so how are you gonna do that?
No, I
That's the
agree,
problem.
yeah.
So if you start doing, the wrong thing, high stuff, so nobody's gonna follow, because we have business to take care.
Well, look,
That's the thing.
a lot of this is, and I'm gonna end it on this, and then we're gonna go to 17.
Yeah.
A lot of this came to light recently. A lot of this wasn't
Yeah.
being talked about, and that's fine.
Yeah, because of.
That's fine.
Because of her.
Right, I don't wanna go back to that, but,
Yeah.
right, but now we're here, and we have to learn from the past so we can talk about, but I'm more concerned that we're moving forward. So with that said, we're gonna move forward tonight too. Can we go to number 17?
All right, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, thank you.
All right, 420 Cannabis Resource Fair Street Event, April 20th. It is 9:30 AM to 7:30 PM. Location is Madison and Park Avenue on East 115th Street, and it's full street closure. If any of you noticed, the date of this event is gonna be before our full board, meets this month, right? So that's in 5 days. They haven't, Marlene, still nothing has come through, right? All right, so they haven't submitted any documents. It's pending with SAPO, correct?
It's pending.
All right, well, so there are no documents. Is anyone here from this event?
No.
Okay, so is there a motion?
Motion to deny.
Motion to deny by Jewel. Is there a second? Seconded by Loretta. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any present not voting? Motion passes. All right, I think that's it for street activity permits.
Yeah.
We have quickly, and I'm not gonna take too much time, I think we have something in new business.
I'm fine.
No, don't worry about it. Okay, so no old business. New business committee review of draft dining out, NYC procedures. I think you were all given the packet. It's a
No, they
sticker.
weren't, but some people.
Okay, some people weren't,
Yeah.
so whoever didn't get one, we're gonna vote on these next month, so this is the new outdoor dining regulations, so we're gonna start getting applications, right? Basically, I think they may have all gotten one already. Did you get the draft?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a picture.
Alright, so I'm not gonna waste any of your time. There's some links that Angel sent me that I'll share with you. If you wanna do the reading, do the reading. What? It's a whole package, yeah.
Yeah, you all got this, you all got this electronically,
It's emailed to you.
but, I don't know if you guys actually clicked the links when I sent them, so I printed it out.
So basically, we adopted, I already reviewed them, Angel really adopted our stipulation and questionnaire process that we already have in place, and we tweaked it. Like kind of what we did with the OCM applications, we took what we have and we tweaked it to fit this. It's not in effect yet, we're gonna vote on it next month, so review it, and next month we'll have any questions, comments, any changes we can consider, and then we'll hopefully vote this into our procedures next month.
Could you let us know when you're gonna have that meeting to,
Oh, definitely. That meeting with Diana and Norma, don't know when I'm gonna do that yet, Jackie. That one I gotta think about, because the first meeting we have to have is with Alex and Diana. That's gonna happen within the next 10 days. Once I have a date set with both of them, I will let you all know that date, and I'll see if Angel can make a link for it or whatever. And then you can either click on the link, call in, or come in person, all right?
I think to avoid those two groups getting together, and if you're gonna bring one group, I think we should zoom in, so we'll be able to control the meeting, because if you don't wanna, I can see the shouting going on over here.
Well, I understand that, but it's an off the record meeting, it's not.
No, I understand, but I think if you're doing it Zoom, you can control it a little better than.
Well, I'm gonna be here in person, they're gonna be welcome in person, the applicants, if you want, I'll be open to that suggestion of having everybody else attend via Zoom. The committee wants to be here in
So
person.
you wanna do, you wanna control it, you know,
Yeah,
And-
no,
and-
that's fair.
people are gonna have their own opinion and.
I just don't like to, this is technically a board office for the people, so I'm just not a fan of closing these doors to anybody who wants
We
to
didn't
come.
ask the call, we said that we should control the meeting.
Okay, but, and I'm the chair, so I'll take it into consideration and I'll make the decision.
Hello, wait, okay, so I see that you guys just brushed past this, Darby. So the application's opened in March, okay?
But we haven't gotten anything.
No, but it's a matter of time before you guys get applications to this thing. So I could move on my piece for you guys. I need you guys to review this and be ready to vote next month.
And I will say this now, no, and I will.
We don't
now-
wanna repeat of what happened with OCM.
I will say that, and OCM, not, and I don't know who was on the committee at the time, whatever, I don't think I got a single piece of feedback from anybody. And I came here multiple times and sat with the staff, and everybody was welcomed, everybody was told to email, and nobody did.
And if you don't
So
have, if
that's
you're
just what-
fine with the procedures as they are up here in front of you, that's okay.
But then
But
say
be
so.
ready to vote
Yeah.
next month.
Yeah,
What's the abbreviation for OCM?
what? Office of Cannabis Man. So when we got all the cannabis licenses leading up to that, I don't know who was here, who wasn't on the committee. All I know is there was an open invitation to whoever was on the committee at the time to attend those meetings, to comment. Nobody did. I reached out multiple times to see if anybody wanted to offer anything. No one did. And then it was something that I sat with Angel and Marlene and we drafted, and then we did adopt them as a committee. We didn't just put them in, but I welcome
And we
them.
also voted on some of them.
We did. Again, what I'm saying is, when we had an opportunity as a committee to do the procedure, nobody
Right.
participated.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But yeah, obviously, we can't vote on anything. We need the committee to approve it. Okay, go ahead.
What's Carlos going? We gotta do roll call. What are you
Oh,
going?
okay.
Just a quick comment, I was talking with Uptown Grand Central and Union Settlement, Michelle Cruz and Carrie King, about the festivals, about the amount of festivals that are happening in the community, and most of them are just concentrated in one block. So we were wondering if we could cut, have a meeting.
If you're gonna talk on the phone, can you?
Relax, bro, just relax. There's a chair before you.
But it's my meeting. Are you seriously gonna talk to me like that? I asked you to step out while you took a phone call.
I am, yeah, I'm at the, no, I'm at the, board.
All right, you know what, Marlene? Let's just do a acclamation and you can say what you want. That's fine. Go ahead, finish your question.
Yes, we were wondering if there's a way we could meet with the board, with the community board.
The board,
Well,
the
we-
full board,
Not the full board, your board.
my commit, our
Your
committee.
committee.
Sure, what, you wanna be on you wanna be on next month's agenda? I mean, or next month you have an application, so I don't wanna do that. You wanna present something to this committee?
No, it's just something with Carrie and Michelle, we were wondering if we could have a meeting where we could talk about how the festivals are happening in the community and.
Okay. I know Carrie, so let me reach out and we can see if we could set something up off the record. If you guys
Yeah.
wanted to present something, we can have presentations in this committee too. You're welcome to come in like 10 minutes before we get into the agenda items and we can set something up either way. So we'll see. There's a lot on my plate right now with all these things, but I will, and you have my number, right?
Yes.
So you text me and remind me if I forget things, all right? Marlene, if you could take the roll. Here.
Carlos here. Wanda Hopkins.
Present.
Bill Jones. Here. Beverly McFarland. Nicholas Reyes.
Present.
Dean Rodriguez is excused and Loretta So. I reported that, yes.
I was wondering if I made posters for the festival.
This, leave it with me, I'll leave it at my desk, okay? I'll take care of it tomorrow, no problem. You can leave it right here.
Can I do two or?
No problem, as many as you would like.
Are we off?
No.
Oh, we're not off.
Sorry.